Good evening, basketball fans. Welcome here to Jerry Sloan Gym in Hamilton County, where it will be the Flora Wolves taking on the Carterville Lions here tonight. I've been joined by Randy Olson, and I'm going to turn it over to Randy, and he's going to have play-by-play and some pregame comments here.
Well, thank you, Danny. This is a great matchup tonight between the Flora Wolves and the Carterville Lions. The winner moves into the championship game tomorrow night, take on the Carmi Bulldogs. Flora comes in tonight's action with a record of 13-15 overall. They finished in a tie for fifth place this year in the Little Illini Conference, where they were 4-5. Carterville enters tonight's action with an overall record of 19-10, and they finished in a tie for third place in that tough Mississippi side of the River to River Conference, where they were 6-4. So you can make the argument, Danny, that Carterville may come in and play tougher competition from that River Conference, but Flora's also in the same conference with teams like Lawrenceville, Marshall, Robinson, and Olney.
So that's no cupcake league up there either.
No, it's not. And if you look at what's happened between these two teams lately coming in here, Carterville's playing a little bit better here at the end of the season than what the Flora Wolves are. So it's going to depend largely upon which Flora team decides to show up and play tonight. They got a huge signature win against Woodlawn recently. And of course, Woodlawn's only lost 3 games all year, and so Flora handed Woodlawn one of their losses here just recently. They also got a win against Christopher. So those are two
big wins.
2 huge wins for Flora, but then they turned right around, and they recently lost to Red Hill by 1 point. They lost to Fairfield by 2. They lost to Sisney by 4, but then they also beat Paris. So if you look at the last 5 games that the Wolves have played before tonight, they come in with a record of 1-4 in their last 5 games. Carterville, on the other hand, in their last 5 games, they're 3-2, and they've got wins over Heron, Harrisburg, and Massac County. And you and I have seen those teams play this year, and that's some quality competition.
There's no pushovers there with that group you just read off there. So big wins for this Carterville team.
So they've won 3 of their last 5. The 2 games that they lost in those last 5 games include a loss to Pinckneyville and a loss to Nashville, who both finished ahead of them in that Mississippi side of the River to River Conference. One thing that Carterville did this year that's pretty impressive is they ran the table earlier this year in the Duster Thomas Holiday Tournament at Pinckneyville, and they beat Waterloo Jabot in the championship game of that tournament 54-46. So, that's a pretty good resume there for the Carterville Lions.
Well, another thing about that Carterville team, Randy, this group made it to the Super Sectional last year, which a lot of their players are gone, but you got some guys like Taylor Heil and Austin Swalls were 2 major players in that deal, and look for them to have a big night here tonight.
Well, I think you're exactly right. I think Taylor Heil at 6'5" and Austin Swalls at 6'2" will be the main go-to guys tonight for the Carterville Lions. And they have a new coach this year, though. Dave Brown took over as the head coach, and he got started kind of late, just a few weeks before the season started. He was an assistant last year at SIU Edwardsville. It's his first high school coaching job that I'm aware of. But he's having a pretty good first-year campaign with the Lions, coming in tonight at 19-10.
Yep, nice start by his group there, and he kind of, like you said, he got thrown to the Wolves right off the bat there. So
and he's going to be facing the Wolves tonight.
He's going to be facing the Wolves tonight. We'll see how he handles that.
Speaking of the Wolves, we had a chance to catch up with head coach Phil Lee with the Flora Wolves a little bit ago before the contest began, and we want to play a pregame interview from Coach Lee right now. On the pregame show with head coach Phil Lee with the Flora Wolves. Coach, here it is, regional tournament time, and you got a good opponent tonight, the Carterville Lions.
They're a very good team. I mean, the goodest team we've seen all year. They're very athletic. They're not overly big, so I'm excited about that with the matchup possibilities. I think we're going to do okay with that in that area. But they're athletic. They can score as many points as any team that we've played all year. They got some shooters. They got some penetrator in their guard, and they got a good post player, and they're scrappy. They've played in a very tough conference, so I mean it should be a good game, and hopefully the Flora Wolves that we know and love, come ready to play and come ready to fight and compete, and that the Flora Wolves that beat Woodlawn, that's what we want to see tonight, not the ones that have stubbed our toes some other time. So, but either way, it's this time of the year, and it's one and done. So hopefully we continue to keep winning.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you, because that was a big signature win over Woodlawn the other night. It really was. You gave them the worst defeat of the year, and one of only 3 losses that they have this year. But then you stubbed your toe a little bit against Red Hill and Sisney and a few others. So you just have to come out and bring that A game tonight.
You do, and hopefully the stars and the moons align properly, because that's I can't really explain it this year. But they're a great group of young men. So proud of them. them. I mean, they've worked hard. They competed. Just sometimes we've just missed that opportunity when we needed that bucket or need that stop, and we just don't get it. It's just a matter of getting that toughness and that extra effort sometimes, and that's where you just got to dig deep, and especially this time of year. It just takes a little bit of confidence. It just takes one play, and sometimes just takes some good fortune on your side. But Carterville's going to be a formidable opponent. We're looking forward to playing. Got postponed last night, and rightfully so. But here we are, and it's this time of the year, and it's a crazy time of the year. But we love it, and I love it.
Any disappointment in not playing last night, or did it make a difference?
It didn't make a difference. I thought, when that snow started coming, and I was like, well, I doubt if we do anything, and I doubt if we do even have practice or anything, because I just didn't want the kids out in it. But then later on, as the day progressed, after 2 or 3 o'clock, the road started to dry up. I mean, they were wet, but they were passable. They weren't ice. They weren't anything like that. But, in situations like that, if you can err on caution, it's better to err on caution. If you got something you can work with and, put in an extra day, then it's better to do that because, safety is more important than any ball game.
Everybody healthy coming into tonight's game for Flora?
I shouldn't say unfortunately. Fortunately, we are. That don't always happen with us. Sometimes we're limping into postseason, whether it's with a knee, whether an ankle, whether flu, other issues. I mean, it's only been 16 years here. I'd probably count on one hand amount of times we've been fully healthy going into postseason, and this is one of them. And usually when we've been fully healthy, good things just happen. So. I don't know. Maybe good things will happen, so we'll just have to wait and see on that.
All right, Coach. Well, best of luck. Thanks for the visit.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. Okay. All right. That's head coach Phil Lieb of the Flora Wolves. And, Danny, what did you think of his post-game or pre-game comments here?
Well, he's one of the great guys in basketball, Randy, and, talked with their announcers down in the hospitality room a little bit before the game, and they said if the Flora Wolves that beat Woodlawn show up, we've got a real good chance. He said if the Flora Wolves that showed up and played Red Hill the other night, we'll get beat by 20.
Yeah, that kind of sums it up.
And Les Winkler from the Southern Illinois was in there, and he said this has been the most up and down season of high school basketball he's ever covered.
Yeah. Yeah, and again, Carterville has had their ups and downs this year too, although, like we said here in the last 5 games, they seem to have righted the ship. Matchups tonight, I think, is going to be in the post, Danny, because you got Taylor Heil at 6'5" for the Lions. You got Logan Moses, a young sophomore, at 6'4" for the Wolves, and so that's going to be a battle because those are the 2 players who have the size for each team.
Yeah, this Flora team's kind of young, Randy.
Yep, they've got, of course, Lieb and Gosey are the seniors, but you've got Moses as a sophomore, you got Trevin Smith as a junior, and Jeffrey Gaither as a junior. So, only 2 seniors in the starting lineup here tonight for the Flora Wolves.
It should be a great night of basketball here from Jerry Sloan Gym in Hamilton County. We've had a good week of basketball so far, and the Carmi Bulldogs await the winner of this contest.
I bet Carmi's here scouting tonight. What do you think?
You think there should be somebody from Carmi here?
I think there will be, and I'm sure that there is. And, it's going to be a fast turnaround both ways you look at it, because whoever wins this game tonight, either Flora or Carterville, they'll have a fast turnaround to prepare for Carmi tomorrow night. Not much time to work on anything. On the other hand,
there's the Carmi coach and his assistant coach right there walking in.
Okay, there you go. They're right on cue.
Here comes another one behind us on this side.
Right on cue. But, for them, it's kind of difficult, too, because they've got to be prepared for both teams.
Right.
They're coming in here tonight not really knowing who they're going to play tomorrow night. So today at practice, they couldn't really
concentrate on one team.
They had to just kind of go through what they do today in practice and then look and see what the X's and O's look like tonight from Flora and Carterville, and then be ready to go tomorrow night.
Had to pick them out. One team they probably thought stood the best chance of winning tonight, and they probably prepared a little more for them, and then go from there.
Flags coming down. We're going to have the national anthem here in just a moment. Want to say hi to some special people watching the broadcast tonight from Flora. Hello to Bryce and Lily and their mommy, Whitney, watching the game tonight from Flora area and Clay County. And thanks to those people who are logged on watching tonight here on AreaSports.net and on FoxesFans.net. We'll take a brief break here for the playing of our national anthem.
What so proudly
Well, that's your PA announcer. That's your PA announcer here at the gymnasium singing the national anthem tonight, Danny.
Former Fox, Larry Karcher, number 2 scorer all time behind the fabulous Jerry Sloan.
Well, he can sing, too. I can give him that.
And tomorrow night, Mr. Ron Stannard.
He's going to get to do it tomorrow night.
Have the championship game.
Fantastic. And he's refereeing tonight's game. All right. Well, I'll let you do the starting lineups here, Danny.
All right. The starting lineups for the Flora Wolves is number 10, Trevin Smith. At another guard is number 15, Ian Lieb. He wears number 15. Number 20, Jeffrey Gosey. At the other forward will be number 30, Jeffrey Gaither. He wears number 30. And at center, the big guy, Logan Moses, number 44 for Coach Phil Lieb's Flora Wolves. They come in at 13-15. 4-5 in the Little Illini Conference, Randy.
And this is Coach Lieb's 16th season at Flora, and under his leadership, Flora is a combined 281 and 201 overall coming into tonight. Now for the Carterville Lions.
For the Lions, at one guard will be number 22, Austin Swalls. His running mate will be number 23, Justin Johnson. At the forward positions will be number 25, Blake Jackson. He wears number 25. At the other forward, number 30, Brendan Beasley. And at center, the big guy, number 50, Taylor Heil. I've seen this youngster right here, Randy, since he was in 8th grade.
Well, Heil was one of the players on that team last year that went to the Super Sectional. They beat Teotopolis to win the sectional championship last year and punched their ticket. And so he's one of the main people who remained from the team a year ago. Everybody else graduated. The Gallic twins, the Gallic brothers, have gone on to play college basketball now at Washington University. Head coach for the Carterville Lions is Dave Brown. As we mentioned, he's in his very first year with the Lions. He was an assistant at SIU Edwardsville last year. So in his first year at the helm of the Carterville Lions, they are 19-10. And again, they finished 6-4 on the Mississippi side of the River to River Conference, which includes Nashville and Pinckneyville.
Waltonville's playing Christopher tonight, aren't they?
I think they are.
They were down 6 going into the fourth quarter, and now they're down 16.
How about that? All right, it's going to be Taylor Heil jumping against Moses. The Wolves are in the orange, and they get the tip. Flora with a tip, and here's a shot from way out front right away. A 3 ball by Gosey's no good, and rebound by the Lions. They'll bring it the other way. With it across the timeline is Beasley. The Wolves are going to open up in a zone, it looks like. They're going to open up in about a 2-3 zone. Carterville directing traffic out front. It's going to be Johnson with it. He'll go to the left wing to Jackson. Jackson looking inside. They want to try to post up Heil in there. Now they go into the corner, fake a pass, come back inside. There's a steal by Flora. They got numbers. Here's a 2-on-1. Losing track of the ball, though, and stolen away by Swalls. Swalls going to push it to the other end. Left-handed layup is good, and Carterville's on the board at 2-0. Swalls with the steal. Now Flora will try to answer. They go in the corner with it now to Trevin Smith. Smith around the horn all the way to the top to Gosey. Gosey will drive, spin in the lane, put up his shot, and it rolls off the rim, no good. Rebound Carterville. Blake Jackson with it. Gets it ahead up to Swalls. Swalls goes inside, shot from the elbow is short. Rebound ripped out of there by Flora. With it is Beasley. Beasley will clear it ahead to Gosey, I should say. Now Gosey gives it up to Gaither. Now back out front. Here's a head fake, and a foul is going to be called as taking the ball into the hole was Smith.
Foul's on Brendan Beasley.
And they'll trigger in from the baseline. Here is the inbound to Lieb. His shot is no good. Rebound by Carterville. So far, Flora's 0 for 2 from the field. 2-0 Carterville early going here in this regional semifinal. The winner gets the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night. Carterville with it in the corner now. It's to Swalls. Swalls around to Johnson. Johnson all the way across on the other side now to Beasley. Back to Johnson. Now over to Jackson. Wanting to post up Heil in there. Heil's guarded by Moses in there. They haven't got him the ball yet. Johnson again.
Doing a nice job keeping the ball away from Heil right now.
Yeah, they are. Jackson into Swalls. He'll put up the shot. It's off the rim, no good, and there's a rebound ripped out of there by Moses. Moses will bring it on the dribble. The big guy himself now dishes it in the corner to Lee. Lee will drive baseline. He's cut off, and he's going to be bumped from behind. The foul's going to be called. I believe it's going to go against Johnson.
On number 23, Justin Johnson, his first.
So Flora will trigger it in. That's the second team foul on the Lions. Here comes into Lieb. Inside the lane, a little baby hook won't go. A rebound by Carterville.
Flora's off to a pretty tough start shooting.
0 for 3. Missed shot on the other end by the Lions.
Shot was by Jackson.
Ball cleared by Gosey. Gosey all the way down for the Wolves. Puts up the shot, missed it. Offensive rebound. Back up, no good by Moses. Back up again. This time they got it. Logan Moses, the young sophomore, stayed with it. Got it to fall, and Flora ties the game at 2 apiece here at the 5:05 mark of the first quarter. Lions back across the timeline to Johnson. Johnson over to Beasley. Now they'll swing it around left wing to Jackson. Down into the corner it goes to Johnson. Back up front to Swalls. Inside the lane, they get it to Heil. Stripped away. Pick back up. Here's a drive baseline. A foul's going to be called. That loose ball was picked up by Johnson. And he took it to the rack and was fouled. He'll go to the charity stripe. And it's going to go against Moses on the foul against Flora.
Wolves can't let him get in foul trouble.
No, sure can't. Got to have that size in there to contend with Heil. Free throw was missed by Johnson. He'll get another one. 2-2 our score. 4:44 left here in the opening quarter. Second one is good.
1 out of 2.
Well, neither team really lighting it up yet from the field. Gosey gets it across the timeline for the Wolves. Now Smith has it. Smith gives it up to Gaither. Gaither goes inside the lane. Pump fakes. Now dishes it in the corner to Smith. He'll put up the 3 ball. It's off the rim, no good. Battle for the rebound. Lions have it. Swalls comes out on the dribble. Whips it ahead to Beasley. Beasley, little give and go, back to Swalls. Now kicks it in the corner. And now they try to go in underneath, and it's stolen away.
Turnover number 2 on the Lions.
Nice steal there by Gosey as he stepped in the passing lane. And now a steal by the Lions, taken away by Jackson. He'll go to the other end.
Stripped.
Ball knocked out of bounds as Flora got back on defense.
Ball was stripped by Brendan Beasley there. Nice job by him getting back on defense, Randy.
Got Chris Scott in the game for the Wolves along with Braxton Allen. And also Nick Trotter into the game. So Flora coming with a little bit more size, putting Trotter in there at 6'2". Let's see what happens. Lions with it. They lead it 3-2. Long shot from the corner is good. 3 ball put up by Brendan Beasley. Carterville goes up 6-2. Flora back on the attack. Gosey across the timeline. Into the high post they go to Scott. Now out front with it is Trotter. Trotter hands off behind him here to Gaither. Trying to penetrate. Now back to Allen. Allen to Scott. Long shot put up out front is good. As Jeffrey Gosey dials long distance. 6-5 as both teams have hit a 3 ball now. 3:09 to play here in the first quarter.
Gosey's averaging 18 a game for the Wolves.
Well, we'll probably see some more of those shots tonight then. There they get it inside the Heil, but good double team by the Wolves. So now they come back out. Here's a scoop shot up and in by Austin Swalls. You can't give Swalls a lane, can you?
No, he's a good dribble penetrator, Randy.
Back the other way come the Wolves. Here's Gosey with it. Stolen. Loose. Gosey dives on it, but he's going to be called for traveling. 8-5 is our score. 2:44 to play. Opening quarter. Lions lead it by 3, and we got timeout on the court, Danny.
And this timeout's going to be brought to you by Hamilton County Communications for all your business telephone systems, internet service, or you want to revisit your favorite games on Futiva. give Hamilton County Communications a call, 736-2242, or you can go online at www.hamiltoncom.net.
All right. We'll try to keep up to date on some of the other scores going on around the area tonight, too, because there are some interesting games being played. Again, a lot of the games were canceled or postponed last night, so that kind of backs up some of these regionals tonight. So we'll try to keep up to date on some of those other ones for you as we go along here. Again, we have 2 team fouls against Carterville and 1 against Flora at this point of the contest. And after the timeout, it'll be Carterville basketball.
Well, there's not a monstrous crowd here tonight. I thought there might be a few more folks here tonight, Randy.
Mm-hmm. Pretty good trip for both of these schools, though, when you think about it.
Yeah.
It really is. Beasley has the ball out front. He'll go to the right side. They go inside to Heil. He's double-teamed. It's blocked, but I think a foul is going to be called.
Lieb pick up the foul.
Flora defense does a nice job of collapsing on him, and I thought he had a good block, but he must have got some body in there, too, as Heil will go to the line to shoot a pair for the Lions. First foul on Lieb, second team foul on the Wolves. Free throw good by Heil. Well, that Carterville Ball Club last year was extra special.
They were deadly, weren't they?
They were really, really good, because that T-Town team we saw was very good, and they took care of them in the sectional last year and moved on to the Super. But a lot of those guys have graduated. Both free throws are good. It's 10-5. Now Flora back on the attack in the lane. There's a pump fake. Shot up, missed, no good by Scott. Boy, that was an easy one. He just
I tell you what,
left it short.
You got to have them.
And all the way down to Swalls. And again, you got to stop the dribble on Swalls if you're the Flora Wolves, because he will just keep penetrating it to the rack until somebody stops him.
He's got 6 on the night here in the early going.
6 of their 12 points, and it's 12-5 Carterville. Braxton Allen out front for the Wolves. Carterville staying in the man-to-man. Now out front it comes to Scott again. Down underneath, the shot is missed underneath by Gosey. And another bunny missed by the Flora Wolves.
Going to have a foul on Carterville on Beasley.
It'll be out of bounds to Flora.
Coming in for Flora is number 10, Trevin Smith, and number 44, Logan Moses back in. Coming in for Carterville is number 12, Gavin Zimbro.
So both coaches going pretty deep to the bench here in the first quarter of play. Minute 43 left. The trigger man is Moses. He gets it in the corner to Gosey. Now out front to Smith, back to Gosey. Trying to get into the high post there to Lieb. Lieb's only gotten 1 shot off so far here in the first quarter. He's got it now on the wing. Now in the corner, here's an open shot for Gosey, and it's off, no good. Lieb gets the rebound, goes back up. Too strong, no good. Another rebound by the Wolves as Chris Scott comes up with it. Staying with it. It's Lieb. Knocked back into Lieb as they try to save it from going out of bounds, and now it's stolen by the Lions. And there he goes again. It's Austin Swalls all the way to the rack.
Count the basket. Foul on Lieb. That's 2 on him.
Got to make him pick up his dribble. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line for the and 1. 14-5. Lions lead the Wolves by 9, and Coach Phil Lieb says, let's talk about it. And timeout on the court.
This timeout's going to be brought to you by People's National Bank. For all your banking needs, give People's National Bank a call, 643-4304. Also, Prominent Technology and Consulting for all your computer needs, sales, service, equipment, repairs. Give Chad May, the computer doctor, a call, 643-7114. And Draper Insurance for your home, auto, farm, or commercial. Give Carl Youngblood a call, 736-2394.
Well, the fouls are even at 3 apiece, but the scoreboard's in favor of Carterville, 14-5 here with 59 seconds left in the first quarter, and Flora's missed a lot of bunnies, Danny.
And 2 big fouls on Ian Lieb.
Mm-hmm. And at the line is Austin Swalls, and he's been the story so far for Carterville here in the first quarter. And he makes that free throw. 15-5 the score. And now here comes a bit of a zone trap here. Flora gets it across. They feed it to Moses. He'll shoot it from the elbow. Left it short. No good. Rebound by Swalls. He comes out on the dribble again.
Flora couldn't throw one in the ocean right now.
Yeah, really cold shooting here in the first quarter. Really cold. Pass over in the corner now to Jackson. Now down to Swalls. Bounce pass inside to Heil. Back to Swalls. Swalls to Jackson. Down to 19 seconds. Lions being patient. They'll have the final shot of the quarter more than likely. Jackson has it. He'll give it off to Wilkie. Now to Zimbro. Zimbro has it with 5 seconds left. Found Swalls underneath. He missed the shot. It goes out of bounds, and that's the end of the quarter.
Well, that ball was a long way down.
That spun around and around and then spun out. After one period of play, it's Carterville 15 and Flora 5. We'll be back with second half action in just a moment.
We'd like to thank Hamilton County Flooring, Tefteller Motors, Golson's Funeral Home, 4R Equipment, Otton's Pizza House, and Armor Seed. We'd like to thank all those folks for helping you see these games all season. Randy Carterville opens 5 out of 9 on field goals, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line, and the Flora Wolves are 2 out of 12.
2 out of 12. Boy, they are ice cold, like the weather
That's
outside.
about 18%
Yeah.
or 15%.
Yeah.
And Carterville has the ball to open the second quarter.
All right, let's see if the Wolves can get some more offense going here and see if they can contain Swalls a little bit here, too.
Swalls has 9.
9 of their 15 points. Zimbro has it. He feeds it inside to Heil. Heil goes up the shot, left it short, but there's an offensive rebound by Wilkie. The Lions will have it again, but knocked it away and stolen by the Wolves. Smith has it. Feeds inside to Moses, and he scores. There's a nice break for the Wolves. Steal and the bucket as Smith took it down and fed Moses, and it's 15-7. Wolves showing some pressure defense now. Zimbro gets it across, though. He'll hand it off out front to Swalls. Wide open underneath was Wilkie, but he missed the shot. Taken out of there by Gosey. Here comes Flora back on the attack.
Big basket here if they can get a couple here.
Yeah, it'd be a huge turnaround if they could convert here. Over on the left wing, it goes to Gaither. Inside to Moses, down underneath. Ball slapped around and out of bounds off the Lions. Tried to get it into Scott. You got Chris Scott in there at 6'3". You got Moses at 6'4". So the Wolves have got some size on there, but Chris Scott just left the game, and Lieb is back in. He's got to watch the foul situation. There's the inbound stolen away by Heil.
Turnover number 4 on the Wolves.
Johnson ahead for the Lions. Inside the paint, comes back out to Swalls.
This is a gamble by Phil Lieb, but, hey, your season's on the line right here.
Yep. No sense in waiting till tomorrow because there may not be a tomorrow. There's a steal by Gosey. 2-on-1, and he's stripped and fouled.
Going to be fouled by Zimbro.
Probably not a bad foul on Zimbro because that was going to be a bucket.
You make him go earn them right now.
So Gosey will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Flora Wolves. 6:38 to go here in the first half. 15-7 is our score. Make it 15-8 after the free throw by Gosey. Again, welcome to all those basketball fans watching from the Flora and Clay County area tonight, as well as those down around the Carterville area.
Also, everybody on Cable Channel 15.
Are we on Cable Channel 15 tonight, too?
Yep.
All right, great.
All week long.
Glad to have those viewers on as well with us tonight. 15-9, Flora cuts the lead to 6. Need a couple defensive stops now. Swalls has got the basketball. Left wing. Here comes a a screen, and Swalls goes the other way, and a blocking foul is going to be called, and that's going to be on Ian Lieb, and that's going to be number 3.
Somebody just sent me a message. I've got the scores reversed.
Oh, okay. Well, they're orange and blue, and both teams are orange and blue. As the free throw is made by Swalls. Yeah, it is Carterville that leads it. 16-9, and make it 17-9 after the.
Somebody's watching down in Florida. I don't know. I didn't catch who it was, but they said, hey, you got the score reversed just like you did the other night. I didn't even know it.
Well, it must be warmer down there, probably. Here's a long 3 up and in by Trevin Smith, and the Wolves needed that.
They didn't need this game getting too far away from them.
That cuts it to 5. It's 17-2. Here's Swalls, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul. Officials are going to confer here at midcourt. But I think Swalls is going to be called for offensive foul. Yes. And on Swalls, that'll be his first. He's got 11 of Carterville's 17 points here in the first half. Flora basketball down by 5. A chance to really make things interesting here as they break the press to Moses. Moses dishes it in the corner to Scott. Back out front to Gosey. Ian Lieb on the bench with 3 fouls. Smith drives baseline, picks up his dribble. Now comes to Chris Scott. Dishes it in the other corner to Gosey. His shot is good. It's a 3 ball from the. Flora has battled back here after a very cold start.
Going to have a foul on number 10, Trevin Smith, his first.
Flora opened the game 2 out of 12 from the field, and now they're warming up. Lions ball. They get it into Zimbro. Zimbro hands it off out front to Eklund. Back to Zimbro, doing a little weave action out there right now. Here's Swalls. He'll put up a 16-footer, falling away, and it goes in. Well, Mr. Swalls is definitely the go-to guy for the Carterville Lions.
He's having a big game here tonight. He's got 19 on the night.
13 of the 19, yeah. And it's 19-15 right now as Gosey gives it up to Moses. Moses drives for the Wolves and takes it to the rack and scores. The young sophomore, Logan Moses, with another hoop. We got us a 2-point game. 19-17.
Wolves have fought their way back here.
They sure have. Zimbro now for Carterville. Out to Swalls. Long on that one. Rebound by Chris Scott. Flora with a chance to tie or take the lead here at the 4:15 mark of the second quarter. Here's Gosey out front. Gosey drives the lane, stops, puts up the short one, missed it. Moses on the rebound, ties the game. Logan Moses with a stick back, and we're tied at 19 with exactly 4 minutes left here in the first half. What a turnaround here by the Flora Wolves in the second quarter. Here's Swalls going down the lane. He scores.
If the Wolves can come up with an answer for him.
They may have to go to a gimmick defense on Swalls in the second half.
He's got 15 of the 21, Randy.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously, I think a double team on him might be in order. As going to the rack and getting fouled is Jeffrey Gaither.
Going to be on Heil.
And Gaither will go to the line. Carterville leads it by 2, 21-19. Austin Swalls has 15 of Carterville's 21 points. Gaither at the line. Free throw's good. Into the ball game for Flora is Nick Trotter, giving a little breather to Logan Moses, who's really had a strong second quarter here, especially some big rebounds and a couple big shots. Free throws missed that time. Lions clear the rebound. It's a 1-point game. Carterville with the basketball. And that 1-point lead. There's Austin Swalls with it. Gives it up way out front to Heil. Swalls on the right wing now. Out front it comes to Jackson. He'll fire away and hits. Blake Jackson with a 3-ball. Makes it 24-20. Lions back up by 4. Flora trying to answer back now. Within the front court. Gets Smith. Picks up his dribble. Skip pass all the way over. Almost too far. Gets rid of it.
Nice
back to
job.
Trotter.
Nice job keeping that ball in play.
Sure was. And here's the 3-ball shot. No good by Gaither. Scramble. Ball loose on the floor. And they're going to say he rolled out of bounds. And a turnover on Flora as Trotter was trying to control the basketball and laid on the end line.
5th turnover on the Wolves.
2:49 to play here in the first half. Carterville with the basketball, leading it by 4, 24-20. Swalls with it. Guarded by Gosey. Now that's a good matchup. Gosey on him because Gosey's got some speed. Here it goes underneath the Heil. He works baseline. Reverse layup is good. He split the double team and scored. Big time move by Taylor Heil that time.
Foul is going to be on Scott, his first. Heil will go for the and 1. Chance to stretch this back out to 7 points, Randy.
We were tied just a few moments ago.
Coach Lieb's pleading his case.
Free throw by Heil is good. 27-20. 7-point Carterville lead. Flora will bring it up. Gosey across the timeline. 2:23 left in the half. Into the high post it comes to Chris Scott. Scott's guarded by Swalls. Moses back in for the Wolves. Here's a long 3-ball. No good. Shot missed by Smith and rebound cleared by Blake Jackson. Lions back on the attack. Jackson will hand it off to Zimbro. Zimbro gets it all the way across to Johnson. Now Johnson gives it up to Jackson. Jackson goes down the lane, dishes it in the corner. Here's a long 3, up and in by Zimbro.
And we got a foul on something.
Yeah, away from the basketball. I think it was a push off underneath. Let's see. Yeah, because they're going to send Swalls to the line.
Foul's going to be on number.
No, that should not be a shooting foul, though. Well, yeah, that's the 7th foul. That is the 7th team foul on Flora. Officials are trying to determine.
Guess they gave the foul to Moses.
The 3-point bucket makes it 30-20. Carterville up by 10. And it's going to send Austin Swalls to the line to shoot the 1 and bonus. What a tough break for Flora.
Wow.
They give up foul away from the basketball. That results in Swalls, their best shooter, at the line on the 1 and 1, and he makes the first one. Holy cow. 31-20.
A game that it ain't been, a minute and a half ago was tied?
Mm-hmm. Second free throw is missed, and clearing the rebound out is Chris Scott. Here comes Flora. I need to get some more offense going here before the end of this half. Got to get it a little closer here. Moses has it. He'll give it up to Smith. Smith into the high post he comes to Scott. Here's a drive, spin move down the lane, and shots missed by Gaither, but he drew the foul and will go to the line.
Foul's going to be on Johnson, his second.
Jeffrey Gaither, 5'11 junior at the line for the Wolves. Trying to cut into this 11-point Carterville lead. Made the first one. 31-21. Yeah, we were tied at 19-19.
It was about 2:30, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't very long ago. That one is short. Battle for the rebound, and they're going to call jump ball. Possession arrow is to Flora.
Good break for the Wolves. Now they need to score.
Chris Scott in on that jump ball. Minute 30 left in the half. Got to get it in. Got to get it in. They finally do. Long three is good. Man, that was out close to the volleyball line by Trevin Smith. Man, oh man.
That was a long downtown.
Huge three by Smith. 31-24. Wolves cut it to 7. Need a defensive stop now. And that's going to be a foul on Smith.
It's his second.
That's going to send Blake Jackson to the line for the Lions. Well, the Lions have had 3 different guys hit 3-pointers in this first half. So they got some outside range. To 24.
Carterville's done a nice job making free throws.
Again, the winner gets the Carmi Bulldogs in the regional championship tomorrow night. Second free throw's missed. Flora with the rebound as Allen comes up with it, and he's fouled.
Foul by Jackson.
And Flora's now in the bonus, and so we'll walk to the other end. And Braxton Allen, a 5'6" senior, will go to the line. You know, if you're Flora, you would love nothing more than to come out of here and win this regional somehow, some way, because you host the sectional this year.
That's right. Get to go home.
That's right. The 2A sectional is at Conley Gym. Flora would love to be playing in the sectional at home, but they got to win tonight, got to win tomorrow night. First one is good by Allen. His second one, also good. Got them both. Cuts it the lead to 6. 32-26. Lions with it. Across the timeline, Swalls didn't. Nobody stopped this penetration. Heil with the rebound, scores. Again, you got to stop his penetration. Heil with the cleanup bucket. Back up by 8. 49 seconds left in the half. Flora into the high post. It comes to Scott. Back out front to Gosey. Carterville's going to stay in a man. Ball comes to Trotter. Now to Scott. Long three is up and short. No good by Allen. Battle for the rebound, and Heil comes away with it for the Lions. Down to 29 seconds left. Carterville can play for the final shot if they choose to. They lead it by 8.
Not sure Coach Lieb wanted that shot right there.
Probably not. Probably could have gotten a little bit more higher percentage look. Although he was open, I'll give him that. They might have wanted a higher percentage shot to where you might have drawn a foul. Down to 6 seconds left. Flora playing good defense. Long shot from the corner is off. No good by Colt Wilkie as the horn sounds. And after one half a play here, it is Carterville 34 and Flora 26. So Carterville was out to an early lead here and looked like that they may just run away with it for a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Flora came roaring back. After being down 10 at the end of the first quarter, they came back and tied the game at 19 apiece. Then Carterville's went on a little bit more of a run. Flora's answered here towards the end of the half. It finds themselves down by 8 here at halftime, 34-26. Danny is working on our halftime stats here. We'll pass along to you in a moment. Again, the winner gets the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night. Carmi a winner over Fairfield in their semifinal game a couple of nights ago. There was no action here last night as there was quite a bit of snow around the area, and so the game here was postponed last night. And some of the other ones were too. See if we can check some of the other scores for you on the ticker. Again, Swalls with 16 of Carterville's 34 points here at halftime. Bethalto leads Highland at halftime by a score of 27-25. That's in the girls basketball 3A sectional. Highland against Bethalto in that one for some girls action. Oblong leads Red Hill tonight by a score of 32-26. That's at halftime. That's boys action for you. And let's see what else we can come up with. We'll have a lot more scores rolling in here in a moment. At the half, Pena trails Marshall 51-39. That's a high-scoring game. That's a lot of points in one half.
That's a lot of points for one half right
Holy
there.
cow, that's 90 points scored
like
between them in one half.
That sounds like a final score.
Yeah, that's Marshall leading Payne at half, 51-39. It's a final now between Christopher and Waltonville. Christopher defeats Waltonville tonight, 73-53. That Christopher team's very, very dangerous. They're going to be a tough out.
They're going to play the winner of the Weber-Wayne City game.
Yep.
Following it right now.
That's right. And Christopher is a team that Flora beat not too long ago.
They got a good club. They've lost about 3 games on the season, so, you know.
Yep.
Looking at the first half stats here, for the Carterville Lions, they finished the half with 4 turnovers. Pretty clean first half. They shoot 11 out of 20 on field goals and 9 out of 12 from the free throw line. That's pretty good shooting, Randy. Pretty tough shooting right there. Austin Swalls has 16. Justin Johnson has 1. Blake Jackson 4. Brendan Beasley 3. Taylor Heil 7. And Gavin Zimbro has a 3 ball. For the Flora Wolves, they've got 5 turnovers here in the first half. They shoot 7 out of 19 after starting 2 out of 12. They were 5 out of 7 in that second quarter. They shoot 6 out of 8 from the free throw line. Scoring, Trevin Smith has 6. Jeffrey Gosey has 8. Jeffrey Gaither has 2. Logan Moses has 6. And Braxton Allen has 2 to give us a halftime score of 34-26.
All right.
That halftime report was brought to you by Tefftiller Motors, Route 14 east of McLeansboro. For all your Chevrolet or Buick needs, give Alan Tefftiller and his staff a call, 643-2348. Remember, they service what they sell at Tefftiller Motors.
Well, Swalls has been the big story offensively for Carterville here in the first half, hasn't he?
Flora Wolves going to have to come up with an answer. He's got almost half their points, Randy. He's got 16 out of the 34 here in this contest, and the Wolves are going to have to stay out of foul trouble. Ian Lee's been on the bench a long time with those 3 fouls.
Yeah, he didn't get to play very many minutes in that first half as he was in, like you say, some early foul trouble here. So,
all right, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be back here for the second half from Jerry Sloan Gym in Hamilton County. Back here at Jerry Sloan Gym, we'd like to thank a few more of our sponsors. We'd like to thank Fox Communications for all your communication needs. Give Justin Whitlow and his staff a call, 643-4600. Also, we'd like to thank Larry's Gun Shop, Highway 142 south of McLeansboro. They're open Monday through Thursday, 9 to 6, Friday and Saturday, 9 to 5. They buy, sell, or trade. Give Larry and Justin a call, 643-3060. Also, Going Sales in Dahlgren for all your furniture, appliances, or big dog zero-turn mowers. Give Dave Goins a call, 736-2790. And Dr. Brett Watkins of Watkins Family Chiropractic for all your chiropractic needs. Give him a call, 643-30.
All right, a couple other scores for you. Final for you in 2A play. It's Nashville over Hillsboro, 59-53. That game a little bit closer than what a lot of people thought. And also, we've got Trico leading Chester by a score of 23-11.
That's a little bit of a surprise. Those teams are split. I thought that'd be a close game. That's a little close, not quite as close as I thought it'd be, Randy.
Yeah. Also in overtime tonight. Wow, this is a surprise. In overtime, Grayville eliminates Sisney in overtime, 64-61.
That's an upset.
That's definitely an upset. That's probably the fourth time those teams have played this year, and I'm pretty sure Sisney won the first three. So Sisney bows out, losing tonight to Grayville in overtime, 64-61. That's a wild one.
Grayville got a big victory there when it counted, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Also, regional semifinal at the half. It's Oblong leading Red Hill, 32-26.
Want to shout out to Roger Lee. Thanks, Roger, for sending the message. We got the scoreboard straightened out. He's watching down in Florida, sunny Florida.
Well, what part of Florida is he down in?
Not sure where he's at down there. I just got a message that he's in Florida on vacation and enjoying the ball game here from Jerry Sloan Gym. Also, we'd like to send a big shout out to Mickey Owens. He's on out in Santan Valley, Arizona. I always say Suntan Valley because I know that's what he's doing, getting a big old suntan out there.
Well, I need to tell Lily and Bryce that Grams says hi, because I talked to Grams a little bit ago here.
All right.
She's here to watch the Flora Wolves play, and she wanted to tell Bryce and Lily hi. I was trying to see if Grams had some cookies with her tonight, but she didn't bring any of those delicious homemade cookies with her tonight. No. Maybe another time.
Well, Randy, this game here is really anybody's game still. The Flora Wolves are going to have to stay out of foul trouble, and they're going to have to shoot the ball like they did the second quarter, not the first quarter.
In addition to Ian Lieb, anybody else in foul trouble?
Lieb has 3, Moses has 2, and Smith has 2. For Carterville, Justin Johnson has 2, Brendan Beasley has 2, and everybody else has just got 1. So no major trouble except for Ian Lieb right now with 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
The winner of this contest will face the Carmi Bulldogs, and John Wolf and his staff is here tonight checking out who that's going to be.
I see him doing a lot of writing on his legal pad over there, too.
Yeah.
He must be diagramming some things. Again, they don't know who they're going to play yet, which makes it somewhat difficult. They don't have a whole lot of time to prepare.
Tomorrow night, 7 o'clock tip time.
Mm-hmm.
We'll also have the Country Company's three-point showdown tomorrow night. It will take place before the game, so they don't do it in front of all these games. They wait and bring them all in tomorrow night, Randy.
Mm-hmm.
That's something they started last year. I kind of liked it better when they shot some before every game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kind of wondered why the format was a little bit different. We hadn't seen any shooting yet this week.
They did the same way last year. They just waited till championship night.
Oh, all right. Well, we want to congratulate Morgan Luttrell, one of the cheerleaders from Flora. She is going to be playing tennis on a scholarship at Wren Lake College. So congratulations to her. She'll be playing under Dave Junkins down there.
Always.
And she's actually following in her older sister's footsteps, too, because her older sister Whitney played at Wren Lake College, too. And now Morgan's going to get to go down there and do that, too. Isn't that cool?
Always nice.
Yep, sure is.
When kids get to continue their education and do something they enjoy to do, Randy.
We were hoping to catch up with Mo tonight on a interview, but cheerleaders got here a little bit later than the team did, so we didn't have a chance to do that interview with her before the game. Maybe we can catch her either after the game, or otherwise we'll get her on the sports couch, maybe over the phone or something this Saturday. But I'd like to talk to her about that. All right, second half action is underway. Carterville has the basketball. They lead it by 8, 34-26. Here's Swalls with a shot short. No good. Gosey with the rebound. Flora back the other way.
What kind of adjustments are going to be made here this half?
Long three-pointer on the way is short. No good by Smith. Rebound by Moses. He powers it up and draws a foul against Heil. Well, I will say this. Flora's done a pretty good job on the offensive rebounds tonight. They've gotten their share of second chances. And that's going to continue to be important as this second half continues.
Absolutely.
Moses at the line for the Wolves, shooting a pair.
Got to make free throws.
Big free throws. Bounce, 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 and off. Hit that back iron and went high, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Off to the left.
Again, Moses just a sophomore. so Coach Lee will have him for a couple more seasons. Have that size in there at 6'4". Second free throw is good.
And he's kind of got a pretty strong body for just a sophomore already.
Yeah. Getting some valuable experience this year, that's for sure. Here's a drive and a wraparound pass. Is picked up in the corner by Johnson. Now Heil has it, goes up against Moses, missed the shot. And are they going to get Moses or are they going to get Gaither on the foul?
Moses. That'd be his third.
Okay.
So Moses and Lee both with 3.
So that'll send Tyler Heil to the line. 6'5" junior cans the first one.
First point of the second half.
35-27.
Pardon me, second point.
And he gets the second free throw. 36-27, 9-point Carterville lead. Wolves on the attack. Right side, they go with it to Gaither. Back out to the top to Smith. Left wing now. Here's Gosey for 3. No good. Rebound cleared out of there by Swalls. Somebody better stop the dribble.
Got to make him pick it up.
You sure do, because he won't stop till he gets inside there. They'll go into the high post to Heil. Hand off now, almost stolen. Picked up by Johnson. Now out front to Beasley. Beasley picks up his dribble, gives it up to Swalls. Swalls is guarded now by Smith here in the second half. In the corner again to Beasley. His long shot is up, no good, and it's picked up on the dribble by Smith. Gives it ahead in transition. Nice bucket to Gaither. Wolves with the rebound and the transition bucket. Cuts the lead to 7. It's 36-29. Lions back the other way. Into the high post to Heil. He turns on Moses. Puts up the shot. Oh, and a foul on Moses. Boy, the Flora fans don't like that at all.
And that is the 4th foul.
Wow. That's a tough one if you're a Flora fan. And Coach Lieb is arguing the point as well. Free throw is good by Heil. Moses will leave with 4 fouls, and into the game replacing him is Chris Scott.
Big blow for the Flora Wolves right there.
This free throw is missed. Flora with the rebound. Smith will bring it out on the dribble. 8-point game, 37-29. We're in the third quarter with 6:09 left to play. Ian Lieb's got it. Drives baseline, cutoffs, goes inside the lane, puts up the shot. Got it. Ian Lieb cuts the lead to 6. It's 37-31. Flora looking for some defensive stops now as Carterville gets it across the line with Beasley. Beasley gives it up to Johnson, who's guarded by Gosey. Now out front it comes. We're running a little weave action out there now. And almost a steal.
Nice job by Scott.
Beasley. And that's a 5-second call. Excellent defense there. I wondered if they were counting. I was looking for the official, but I was watching the wrong official. The official over here is the one that counted on him.
Yeah.
As Beasley had the 5-second call against him, and Jeffrey Gaither with the good defense. Now here's Gosey with the basketball for Flora. Chance to cut into this 6-point lead a little bit deeper. Out front to Lieb. Running some screens in there. Here's Gosey coming out off a pick. Missed the shot, though. And
that
rebound,
was close.
Nope, rebound by the Lions. Swalls with it. Goes into the corner. Now back out front to the top. It comes to Beasley. And a foul out front. Going to go against the Wolves.
Gaither, his first.
And that's going to be the third team foul in Flora this half. It'll be out of bounds to the Lions. Swalls will be the trigger man. 37-31. Carterville leads it by 6 with 4:57 left here in the third quarter. Here's a long 3 out front. That one is short, but there's the offensive stick back by Johnson. Beasley missed the original shot, but Johnson was there for the stick back.
After Swalls tipped it and kept it alive.
39-31. Lions by 8. Bounce pass underneath. Back out to Gosey. Gosey's going to drive. Has it blocked by Heil. Into the hands of Beasley. Beasley will let everybody clear by, and they'll set up the offense. Winner gets Carmi tomorrow night. Chance to play for a 2A regional championship.
And advance to the Flora sectional.
That's right. Inside Swalls, posting up, got the shot to fall. Well, Swalls has showed us a little bit of everything tonight. He can shoot out front, he can drive, and he can post up. Timeout, Coach Phil Lee with the Flora Wolves. Carterville back up by 10, 41-31. We've got 4:03 left here in the third quarter, Danny.
We'd like to thank Gene Kolak, Kolak Construction, for all your home remodeling, new home construction. You need a garage, give Gene Kolak a call, 516-2799. Also, Fox Communication for your Verizon, New Wave, DirecTV, HughesNet, Dish, or Exceed. Give Justin Whitlow and his staff a call, 643-4600. And Larry's Gun Shop, Highway 142 south of McLeansboro. They buy, sell, or trade. They're open Monday through Saturday. Give them a call, 643-3060.
All right.
Well, we've got a battle that's been Flora's chipped away, and then they fall behind. They chip away again, Randy, but they just can't never catch them.
Swalls now with 18 points to lead Carterville. And they've also got Taylor Heil in double figures now with 10. So we told you coming into the broadcast that was kind of the 1-2 punch for Carterville, and it's turned out to be that way tonight. As they lead it by 10, 41-31. Back to live action. Flora has it as Jeffrey Gosey brings it across. Gives it up to Smith. Here's Lieb, driving baseline, goes between two defenders and draws the foul. Let's see, is that going to be on Heil or is that going to be
on Johnson? His third.
Okay. That'll send Ian Lieb to the line to shoot a pair.
Ready to check in is Colt Wilkie, number 3.
So 3 fouls on Johnson. It's also the second team foul on Carterville as the free throw's made by Lieb. Yeah, Colt Wilkie back in the game for Carterville. As Johnson will hit the bench with those 3 fouls. Second one by Lieb is also good. Well, that cuts it to 8, 41-33. That's where we were at halftime. It's an 8-point game. Flora needs some stops now. As Beasley brings it across. Guarded by Allen. In the corner they work it. Here's a drive baseline by Swalls. His reverse layup is good. He's got a quick first step. You got to stay in front of him.
Can't give him that baseline.
No, sure can't. Got to cut him off.
Got to make him go to where your help is.
Carterville back up by 10, and Swalls has 20. Wolves trying to chip away at it again. Braxton Allen has it to Smith. Looking for a cutter. Here's Lieb. Lieb dives inside, and he's fouled before the shot.
Going to be fouled by Wilkie.
So it'll be triggered in by Braxton Allen with 3:09 to play here in the third quarter. Still a lot of basketball left to be played. Got to get it in. Thank due to Gosey. That was close to a 5 count. Gosey drives the lane, puts up the shot. Doesn't get the bounce, and there's Heil with the rebound.
Gosey's 0 for 4 this quarter.
There goes Swalls again, all the way, coast to coast. Nobody stopped him.
How many times have we seen that?
He's got 22 now, 45-33. He's a good player.
He's got 22 of the 45.
6'1" senior. That ball was knocked out of bounds by Carterville. Wolves have it as Gosey will bring it up. Gives it up out there to Scott. Back to Gosey. Inside Ian Lieb. Turnaround jump shot. Too strong. And Heil hits the dirt. And they're saying he was fouled by Chris Scott, but I didn't see anything. I thought he just fell down.
I thought Scott was standing there.
Boy, Flora fans didn't like that one either.
No.
Did you see anything there?
No,
I did not see any contact at all from our vantage point. All right, well, Heil hits the floor, and foul's called on Scott, so that's 4 team fouls now on Flora and 2 on Scott. Here's Swalls with a pull-up, bank shot, good. Well, he's doing it several different ways. You see, he's slicing and dicing the Flora Wolves right now. He's got 24 of their 47 points.
He's been a one-man wrecking crew here tonight.
47-33. Inside to Lieb, and he's fouled. And that's going to go
on Jackson. His second.
So the foul's starting to mount a little bit here for Carterville, too. They've got 3 guys in there with 2 fouls, and, of course, they've got Johnson on the bench with 3.
Coming in the game is Luke Ford. He wears number 52.
First time we've seen him in action tonight for Carterville. He's a big sophomore, 6'4".
He's a good-looking sophomore.
Yeah, he got some size in there. Flora's got to get it in. That's stolen away. Swalls almost had him a pick. They knocked it out of bounds. Well, if you were handing out MVPs, Swalls would be the leading candidate right now.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt about that. Here is Lieb leaning inside, and, oh, he missed the bunny. Gosey with the rebound. Flora will have a new chance. Gosey's going to pull up for 3. Missed it. Rebound, Carterville. Wilkie away with it. Minute 42 to play here in the third quarter. Flora needs to get a couple stops if they're going to stay in this game. Heil has the basketball. Over to Swalls, now to Wilkie. Wilkie back over to Swalls. Beasley drilling around outside. There's Swalls from the free throw line extended. Missed it. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up short. Underneath. Up and in by Luke Ford. Ford with the garbage bucket. Makes it 49-33. Lions by 16. A minute to go here in the third quarter. Lieb underneath. Off the foot of one of the Carterville players will remain with the Wolves.
Game's kind of got away from the Wolves here in the last 2 minutes.
Well, they've missed a couple shots, and then when you thought they had stops, some second chance opportunities here for Carterville, and they've been able to extend this lead now to 16 points. Flora needs a bucket here. They really do. There's a foul called, and that's going to send Lieb back to the line.
Foul's going to be on Ford.
And if you can score with the clock stopped at the free throw line, that'll work too. Lieb's free throw is good.
Five on the night for Lieb. Set out that whole second quarter in foul trouble.
Ian Lieb, one of many Liebs to come through the Flora basketball program. Of course,
see, there's another one on there too, isn't there?
Oh yeah, there's been 1 or 2 graduate, and of course, Phil and Greg both played at Flora. Greg, the coach of Belleville-Altoff. Those guys both came in Flora after me. I'm the old man, I guess.
Yeah.
Lions maybe going to run it down for final shot here of this third quarter. We're 20 seconds left. There's the dish to Ford. Back out front. 15 seconds left. Up by 14, 49-35. And there's a collision there between Beasley and Gaither.
Gaither's going to pick up his second foul. 8.5 left here, Randy.
Swalls gets it inside to Ford. Back to Swalls. He'll launch a 3. Got it.
Oh,
He's money.
What a killer shot right there.
That was a dagger right at the end.
That may have finished the Wolves right there.
Right at the end of the third quarter. Boy, that was a dagger. 17-point lead. Carterville up 52-35 after the third quarter of play. And we'll have fourth quarter action here in a moment. Danny's going to have some more sponsors to pass along here to you.
7 out of 12 for Carterville on field goals. 2 out of 4 from the free throw line.
Wow. Yeah, when you shoot like that.
2 out of 10 for the Wolves. And 5 out of 6 from the free throw line. So Flora's had quarters of 2 out of 12 and 2 out of 10, Randy. Pretty tough to overcome that in a game of this caliber.
It is. Yep, they're going to have to come out and really, really shoot well here in this fourth quarter, but they got to get some stops, and they haven't had an answer all night for Austin Swalls.
He's got 27.
27 of their 52 points, yep. Pretty amazing.
He's a good ball player. He was just a cog in that wheel of that super sectional team last season, but he's the main cog this time.
Yeah, he's the main threat this year. Team fouls are even at 5 apiece as we start the fourth and final quarter, as Gosey has it for the Wolves. They'll go down in the corner to Smith. Trying to post up Ian Lieb in there. Back out to Gosey.
Moses back into the game now with 4 fouls.
He's got the basketball on the block. Turns, shoots. Rebound by Lieb. Keeping it alive. Oh, in and out, no good. Now in the corner, Gosey for 3. Got it. There you go.
They needed that.
Jeffrey Gosey drains the trifecta and makes it a 14-point game again. It's 52-38. And that ball is knocked out of bounds, and they're going to stay. It stays with Carterville here in the corner in front of us. 7:18 to go in somebody's season. Flora not going to give up and go away here. There's a steal. Oh, boy, that was close. Man. Trevin Smith. Wow. Again, Flora trying to start hot here in this fourth quarter to get it into Moses. Now it comes to Gaither. Out front to Gosey. Back to Gaither. Wolves trail by 14. You just got to stay within yourself here. There's a foul on Carterville.
Going to be on Jackson, his 3rd.
That is team foul number 6, so 1 more, and Flora will be in the bonus.
And that would be good for the Wolves.
It would be.
Because you could score with time not going off the clock.
Right. Gives you a chance to get back into it. Gosey trying to trigger it in. Ooh,
wow.
Boy.
Man, they've pushed the limit.
It was like 4.5 seconds. Here's Swalls. Nope, not Swalls, but a steal in nonetheless by Beasley. Beasley steals it and goes the distance and scores. Carterville up by 16. That was a tough turnover there by the Wolves. Gosey has it in the lane. Comes back out to Smith. Smith's going to fire a 3 ball. It's wide right. Battle for the rebound. Moses gets it. Flora has it alive. Lieb has it. Out front. They save it with Gaither. And what's the call? Timeout, Flora. Coach Phil Lieb wants to talk about things. We got 6:26 left in the contest. Our score is Carterville 54 and Flora 38.
We'd like to thank Hamilton County Flooring up on the square for all your cabinets, tile, carpets, hardwood or laminate flooring. Give Randy Huff a call, 643-3705. Alton's Pizza House, the best pizza in town, open Tuesday through Sunday. They're on 207 Walker Street in McLeansboro. You can call ahead for dine-in or carry-out, 643-3471. And 4R Equipment, your local Case IH dealer, providing quality parts, service, and equipment to the farmers of Southern Illinois. Give Rick Rubenacker and his staff a call, 643-2124.
Jay going to be with you here tomorrow night on the championship?
Unless you're coming.
Unfortunately, I can't tomorrow night.
Okay.
I'll have the call on the championship game. It'll be Carmi against one of these 2 teams.
And it's looking more like the Carterville Lions. 6:26. Clock's going to get to be a factor here before long, Randy.
Flora will have the ball out of bounds. They really need to convert here, either a bucket or some free throws. And there's the inbound to Smith. To Lee, back to Smith. Now to Gosey.
Thought about it.
Yeah, well, they don't really need to take the 3. I mean, a conventional bucket is fine, especially in lieu of maybe getting fouled as well. So you don't have to panic and be shooting 3s unless you're, absolutely wide open. Inside to Lee. He goes inside, pump fakes, Puts up a shot, missed it. Boy, needed that one. That one would not drop, and that's a tough one.
Flora's just had a bad time putting the ball in the hole.
Had the defensive man up in the air, did a good job with the head fake. Well, that's almost over and back on Carterville. That was really close at the half line. Here's a shot. Nope. Instead, it's a pass from Swalls down underneath, and the bucket's good by Taylor Heil. Swalls started to take the shot, and then he passed it.
He's seen Heil standing wide alone down there on the low box.
56-38. Carterville by 18. Smith has it for Flora. In the corner to Gaither. Down underneath. Shot is missed. Another bunny is blown by the Wolves. Boy, that's been a part of the story tonight as Flora's missed a lot of easy ones in there.
Foul's going to be on Gaither, his third.
A lot of contact on that one. I could hear the pop up here when those two bodies came together. And going to the line will be Brendan Beasley, stopping the clock with 5:16 left to play. And what are they saying here? Are they saying the foul's against somebody different? No, okay. Gaither's going to leave the game, and Braxton Allen checking back in for Flora.
31% shooting for the Wolves at this point.
Team fouls are even now at 6 apiece, so both teams will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Offensive rebound by Carterville after the missed shot by Swalls. There's a long three out front. No good by Beasley, and Flora with the rebound. Allen has it. They go inside to Moses. Works on Heil. It's blocked by Heil, and the foul's called. They're actually, they are going to call the foul.
Third foul on Heil.
So that stops the clock with 4:53 to go, and Moses will be at the line shooting a pair. Well, there's a bright spot in Flora's game tonight as Logan Moses has looked pretty good in the post while he's been in there. He got into some foul trouble, but, while he's been in there, he's done a good job. He's got 10 points on the night. He'll be back next year for Coach Lieb.
Now he's got 11, and he ties him for the high scoring for their team.
Yeah, he and Gosey both with 11 points for Flora. That cuts it to 16 again. It's 56-40. Flora's going to show full pressure defense now. And there's Swalls. Knocked away from behind. Lieb's got it. It's a turnover. Here come the Flora Wolves. Ahead to Gosey. He's open for three, and he missed it. Rebound by Gosey again. The follow. It won't go. Two good looks there, but neither one would fall. Tough shooting night for Flora. The ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Carterville. 4:28 left.
Gosey's 2 out of 12.
Man, oh, man. Here's the inbound to Heil, and he's going to be fouled.
Gosey's going to pick up the foul, his first.
He's going to send Heil to the line here with 4:27 left.
First one by Heil's good. Give him 13 on the night.
57-40. He's got a good-looking free throw shot, doesn't he?
He's a nice player.
He is. He's a junior. He'll be back for Carterville. Flora breaks the press in the corner. Here's a wide-open three, and it's off the mark. No good by Allen. A stick back is good.
By Moses.
And for Moses, that gives him 13 points on the night. It's 58-42 with 4:09 left.
Allen's going to pick up a foul.
That's going to send Brendan Beasley back to the line for the Lions. .408 left. And that free throw's good. Well, again, I have to feel like that that tough conference that Carterville plays in, that river to river, that prepares you for games like this.
Oh, yeah.
Regional.
That's what I thought, Randy.
There's no question about
Myself, I thought coming into this regional, I thought the Carterville Lions had to be the favorite because of just the competition they play.
That is a rugged conference with Nashville and Pinckneyville and all the rest. Both free throws good at 60-42. Here's Gosey. Penetrating inside, loses the handle, now underneath the Moses. He'll fake, go up for the shot, missed it, rebound out of there by Colt Wilkie, and here comes Carterville. Ahead to Jackson.
No disrespect to the Carmi Bulldogs because they may get them a victory here tomorrow night. It's just that when you look at it on paper, Carmi is the two seed and Carterville's the 3 seed in this complex.
There's Swalls again doing what he does.
And Carmi's going to have an answer for him.
Mm-hmm. He's got 29 points. Gosey. Over to Allen. Inside Lieb, reverse layup, no good. Moses goes back up. He's fouled and he'll go to the line with 3:14 to play. Well, it's been an up-and-down season for the Flora Wolves. They've had some real quality wins this year.
They're 2 out of 13 this quarter, Randy.
Yeah, that's tough. Moses at the line. Missed it. They got some real signature wins this year against teams like Woodlawn and Christopher, who are going to go, one of those teams is going to go really deep in postseason play. In fact, Woodlawn is one of the favorites to
There's the old Fox right
Peoria.
there. Brad Lee, he's on that Carmi coaching staff.
.303 left. It's a 20-point lead by Carterville, their biggest lead of the game here, and there's a traveling violation called on Swalls. Turnover gives it back to Flora.
Number 9 on Carterville.
Chris Scott back in the game for Flora. Gosey with it. Fakes, puts up the shot, and wouldn't go. Boy, he just has had a tough night of shooting. Carterville back in the corner again. Jackson out front to Wilkie. Back to Jackson. Flora is chasing here. Time is not on their side.
Carterville looks like they're going to let the air out of it.
Yeah. Well, in reality, they do not have to score again.
Oh, no.
At all. They're up by 20 with 2:23 left, and there's a foul, and back to the line will go Brendan Beasley.
Gaither's going to pick up his 4th.
Well, for Flora, again, you got Logan Moses coming back next year. You got Jeffrey Gaither coming back. You got Trevin Smith coming back. They're going to lose Lieb and Gosey to graduation. You got the younger Lieb, Owen Lieb, who will be a junior next year. Chris Scott will be back, junior.
Number 33 for Flora. Who's that?
That's Brandon Landreth. He's a senior. Into the contest. And he's got the ball right now. And he's going to fire away. Missed the shot. Dunk that one. But he was fouled by Landreth.
Also in the game for Flora is number 40, Nick Trotter. I think if you're the Carterville coach, I think you get your starters out of this game so you don't get somebody hurt for tomorrow night. Plus, give them a little blow.
Yeah. Yeah, because tomorrow night's going to come pretty quick. And I think that's what Coach Dave Brown's going to do right now, as Heil is going to leave the game and Wilkie's going to leave the game. And I'm sure when Swalls is done shooting free throws here, he's probably going to leave the game.
Well, that's just like Swalls right there. He could have not got up off that one.
Right. Second free throw by Swalls is no good, in and out. And rebound by Landreth. 2 minutes to play.
You'd hate to see 30 points go down. This guy's got 30 points, Randy. You'd hate to see him go down with less than 2 minutes in a 20-point ball game.
Yeah. Trotter's got it. Turns on Ford. Missed the shot, but he's fouled. That's going to send Trotter to the line to shoot a pair for the Wolves with 1:47 left. Well, this was an 8-point game at halftime. And Flora had tied the game right before the half. Swalls leads the contest.
He finishes with 30 on the night, Randy.
30 of the 63. Free throw is good by Nick Trotter.
He gets them both.
63-44. Clock running with 1:39 left. Zimbro handling the ball right now for Carterville. In the game 2 is Brock Tuttle. He's a sophomore. Also in there is Jacob McGahan. So Coach Brown has cleared the bench. With 1:28, it's Carterville ball at the midcourt stripe. No, it's not. It's Flora's ball. It was knocked out by Carterville. Gosey has it, playing his final game as a senior. Here's a long three that's off, no good by Landreth. Into the ball game for Carterville will be number 34, and he is not in the program. So we apologize to the Carterville fans. We don't have a name on him. That would likely mean that he's a freshman or a sophomore, as the alley-oop came in the lead, but shot is missed. Rebound by the Lions. And the shot is good.
By number 13. Who was that?
13 is also not in the program.
Okay.
For Carterville. Here's Lieb, up and in. 65-46. Down to 53 seconds to play. Lions over the timeline with Zimbro. In the corner it goes. And 13 puts it up. We don't have a name for him. And then a foul's called after Brock Tuttle gets the rebound, and Tuttle's going to go to the line for the Lions. Tuttle's a 5'11 sophomore. Sophomore, but he's got a full beard.
Yeah.
How about that? Missed the first one. 40 seconds to play. And Jeffrey Gosey will check out, and the Flora fans will give him a standing ovation as he's just played his final game in a Wolves uniform. Not the kind of shooting night that he would normally have, or certainly not what he wanted to have tonight. And sometimes it just goes that way.
Yep.
And his career is going to come to an end in a Flora uniform. Down to 33 seconds left. Landreth has it. Gives it up out front to Allen. In the corner comes to Lieb. And they're going to get timeout, and they're going to get Lieb out of the game, I believe. Let's see. Yes. And Ian Lieb's going to get a round of applause from the Flora fans and a hug by Dad as he finishes his career as a Flora Wolf.
Finishes with 8 points on the night.
And not the kind of night that Ian is used to having or wanted to have tonight, certainly. Going to be Carterville ball with 13 seconds left.
You know, Randy, the Flora Wolves, that was just the 8th turnover on them tonight, but their problem's been putting the ball in the hole.
Yeah, it's just been a cold night shooting.
2 out of 12 in the first, 2 out of 10 in the third, and they're...
Carterville's going to dribble it out, and that's going to be it. The Lions will advance on to take on the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night in the regional championship game. Our final, 66-46. The Carterville Lions defeat the Flora Wolves. Flora closes their season at 13-16. Carterville picks up their 20th win of the season tonight. They are now 20-10. And again, they'll advance on to take on the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night. It's a case of cold shooting by the Wolves, and also no answer tonight for Austin Swalls.
12 out of 47.
Wow. It is really tough to win when you shoot 12 out of 47. I don't care what level of basketball you're at, grade school, high school, or college. You shoot 12 out of 47, you're usually not going to win. And unfortunately, that cold shooting was what the Flora Wolves had to live with tonight. And again, they also had a tough night controlling Austin Swalls. He's a talented player for the Lions, and he's going to be a handful for the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night.
Scoring, Austin Swalls leads the game with 30 points. Justin Johnson had 3, Blake Jackson 4, Brendan Beasley 7, Taylor Heil 13, Luke Ford 2, Gavin Zimbro 3, and Brock Tuttle 1. For the Flora Wolves, Trevin Smith had 6, Ian Lieb had 8, Jeffrey Gosey had 11, Jeffrey Gaither had 4, Logan Moses had 11, Nick Trotter had 2, and Braxton Allen had 4 to give us a final here tonight, Randy, 66-46.
Okay. That is the final. Carterville Lions will advance on to the regional championship tomorrow night. They'll take on the Carmi Bulldogs. And Danny and Jay will have the game for you here live tomorrow night, both on foxesfans.net and on AreaSports.net.
All right. For Randy Olson, appreciate him coming down and joining me this week. Here about 7:15 with the pregame show for the championship, the Carterville Lions and the Carmi Bulldogs tomorrow night. Your final once again here tonight, 66-46. So long.